आपके बच्चों को भी दीजिए लर्निंग का करेक्ट फॉर्मूला. Just download Byju's, the all new and personalized learning app.
Come fall in love with learning.
Rabada 1 for 36 from his 7, so he's got 3 of the last 5 overs. If the captain wants to give him those 3, plenty of options available to Duplessis, because he's bowled 7 bowlers today so far, including Aidan Markram, who's bowled 3 overs of his off spinners. The dimensions of the ground earlier on, and this is very useful information for the fielding captain and the fielders. When you are fielding on the longer boundaries, you need to be up off the boundary at least 10 yards. We saw Ben Stokes just dropping it with soft hands towards mid-wicket and running 2s. So the fielders have to captain themselves. The captain and the wicket-keeper combine to make sure that the fielders on the shorter side hug the boundary, and the ones on the longer side look to cut those 2s down. Such an important part. Field to the left-hander, pretty conventional. There was a slip-in to the right-hander with Woakes being new to the crease. Hit hard. Straight onto Rabada's knee. Got away with one there. Didn't flinch at all there, Rabada. And Stokes hits a heavy ball. Not the greatest delivery from Rabada. That is the shortest part of the ground, the shortest boundary. It was very short and wide. The wrong length, the wrong line allows Stokes to free his arm. And exactly what Woakes is looking for, opportunities to score, brings about a field change. Third man coming into the circle. A lot more slower balls, deep mid-wicket going down onto the boundary. Bumpers, slower balls. And there we are. Immediate change of pace, running his fingers across the seam, bowling to his field. Just joining us, show you the wickets today. Bairstow went first ball after Imran Tahir was given the first over of this tournament. Jason Roy played nicely until he mispulled Peflaqueo straight up in the air to mid-off, and Root 3 balls later drove to backward point where Duminy took the catch, and Morgan who played so nicely. Hit Tahir to Markram, who took a very good catch low down at deep long on, and then Butler dragging a slower ball onto his stumps. Well, there's a long hard look from Ben Stokes to the umpire, who belatedly signalled a wide. Just the one wicket we haven't shown you in that package, Moeen Ali. Wonderfully taken out at long on by du Plessis. $275 for 6.
सारा मजा मिस कर रहे हो।
नहीं, मैं पोजीशन चेंज नहीं कर सकता, मैं नहीं देख सकता।
बॉलर बॉल पे धूप लगाते हुए तेजी से बैट्समैन की ओर बढ़ रहा है और छक्का। देखा सिर्फ मैंने। इतनी रिसर्च करके टीवी लाई तुम्हारे लिए। क्लियर स्टेडियम वाला फील आना चाहिए, और तुम देख भी नहीं रहे।
मैं तुम्हारे आईज के थ्रू सब कुछ देख रहा हूँ।
तुम्हारे लक में ना मेरी टूटी फूटी कमेंट्री लिखी है।
अरे दीपिका पाडुकोन की एक्सक्लूसिव कमेंट्री सुनने को मिल रही है मुझे। इससे अच्छा नसीब हो सकता है किसी का?
सिर्फ तुम्हारे लिए।
अच्छा लगता है ना जब कोई अपनी हर छोटी बड़ी चीज का ध्यान रखे। लॉयड यूएलईडी टेलीविजन दे आपको ट्रू लाइफ व्यूइंग एक्सपीरियंस। ख्याल रखेंगे, खुश रखेंगे।
Beat sensitivity fast. With Sensodyne Rapid Relief. Works in 60 seconds.
Dile Peflaqueo, 1 for 35 from his 7. To bowl 47th over. Remember, there's a very short side to this ground, which is over to Wokes' leg side as he looks. So what you'll see, and what Peflaqueo tried there, is them to bowl wide Yorkers to the long side, so that Wokes will be hitting to the long side, and then he may look to change that tactic to Stokes, the left-hander. When Stokes gets on strike, he might try and bowl short, so Stokes is hitting to the long side. Didn't quite get it right that first ball, but expect to see him bowl wide to Wokes, just about there. Good bit of fielding by Hashim Amla. Saving a run. Wrong again was Peflaqueo. Miserable wide down the leg side. Good time to bring in Sean Pollard.
Yeah, that's no good. But what has been good is the change from Ngidi. You have to be able to change your game plan. That's his first spell. Lots of normal deliveries mixed up with a few slow balls, but they've worked out. It hard to hit the slow ball, so he's decided to go about probably 90% of his next spell of slow balls. Picked up 2 wickets with it, a drag on onto the leg stump, and off cutter caught on the fence. So it's been good change-ups from Ngidi.
It's another slower ball again. Stokes swings away into the leg side.
Probably go wider to the longer boundary to Chris Woakes, the right. He saw short third man up to Ben Stokes. That means a lot more slow deliveries, bowling straight at the stump. Bringing the long boundary into play. That's another wide. He's trying to execute the right plan. Needs to be a little bit more clinical.
Yep, you can see what he's trying to do. It's the right idea, bowling wide, so that Woakes is hitting to the long side, but he's got to be on that blue line or just inside it. The moment that he's just outside that blue line, the umpire will signal wide.
Teklakwai bowling wide, change of pace, Yorkers. He's got a conventional third man and a cover point. He's also the option for him to bring the third man up and drop your cover point down. It allows you to bring the deep extra cover straighter, so if the batsman does drive hard past short extra cover, there's someone to stop the boundary. So that's another option that they can use, especially with Teklakwai's pace. It might be difficult for the batsman to use the pace and actually guide it fine past a short third man.
Front foot first, please. It's a fair delivery. We'll go to front on, please. I'll need to hold your edge. Split screen. Just been rolling that. Yeah, it's clearly gone. Go, keep going, keep going. Yeah, it's going under the bat. We can go to ball tracking when ready. Okay, ball tracking now. Original scissors not out. Pitching outside leg. Go back on ground to Bruce and stick with your original decision.
Unsuccessful review by South Africa ball, not just pitching slightly outside leg stump. But a considerable distance outside leg stump. good from I'm not sure Wokes was necessarily expecting that ball. With third man up, backward point up inside the circle as well. I suspect Wokes was expecting either a slower ball or a Yorker.
That's the beauty of Rabada, and particularly this field that they've set as well. He can bowl the shorter ball, he can bowl Yorkers, he can bowl the slow balls. It gives the bowler a lot of options. I think Wokes is better served if he stands still, opens up his stumps maybe, and just like that, try and rotate strike. But unfortunately, he's hit it straight down the throat of long on. Another wicket falls. Stokes left stranded on the other end. Wokes never really got going. A crucial wicket for South Africa. The change of pace. No power, no distance. A very easy catch for the South African captain. Chris Wokes gone for 13. England 285 for 7.
Sir, how did you survive this?
Well,
Ask her, she was in charge. जो देते हैं क्रिकेट को दिल और जान, ड्रीम 11 करता है उनको सलाम। ये गेम है महान। ड्रीम 11, इंडियाज बिगेस्ट स्पोर्ट्स गेम।
Liam Plunkett then at number 9. Decision for England today was between Plunkett and Mark Wood for that final place. They've gone with Liam Plunkett. He's a handy lower order hitter. They could do with a bit of hitting. Hits at regular intervals. Ben Stokes is still there with 79 from 73.
tactically South Africa have been very good in the second half with their bowling in terms of restricting England, building the dot balls and not giving them too many boundaries, asking them to take bigger risks. It's just been simple, effective bowling. Another slow ball wide, but what great timing from Stokes, just too wide.
Done well to get that to the fence actually. It was a slower ball, it was quite wide. Stokes had to reach for it. That is a long boundary out there, so that's a measure of the power that Ben Stokes has.
Also the square here at the Oval and most grounds around England extend a long way away from the centre, and the ball runs really quickly. Across it, another slow ball. That's been wonderful to see how well the bowlers have adjusted. They've asked all the batsmen to hit the longer boundaries. They've asked them to create their own pace and their own momentum, and it's really dragged England back. I'm talking about that with Plunkett, not just his batting but looking forward. The way he bowls is very similar to a Rabada. Not a huge amount of variation, but just rolling of the fingers across the seam, the cross seam deliveries, good pace, good bounce, hard lengths. I think he'll do well on this wicket.
Runs though first for Plunkett is the aim. He ends 48th over with a firm pull to the fence for 4, 294 for 7.
मुझे कॉल कर कोई से तो कॉल प्लीज कॉल नेक्स्ट टाइम ओके
रैपर मैं फेंक दूं? कुछ अच्छा हो जाए, कुछ मीठा हो जाए। कैडबरी डेयरी मिल्क।
Fifties today for Roy and Root and Morgan, who all looked in decent touch, but it's Ben Stokes, 84 from 75, who is the glue holding this England innings together. We've got 2 overs remaining. Ngidi not happy, could have been stopped, not sure it was a great delivery with fine leg up inside the circle as Stokes swings it away to the leg side boundary.
The angle of bowling around the wicket also brings the ball down towards the left-hander's leg side. Stokes just helping it around. Not a great delivery with short fine leg up. So Rabada bowling from over the wicket. Ngidi taking the risk. There has been a field change. Deep fine leg gone back just for that kind of delivery.
Yeah, just a shake of the head from Ben Stokes, as if to say, yeah, just can't quite break the shackles, can't quite get the ball out of the middle of the bat. Had a bit of that alley as well. Final wicket, or the last wicket to fall. Chris Wokes caught out in the deep, and Rabada just motioning to the cock that slower balls are the way to go on this surface. It's what we've seen from South Africa the second half of this innings, lots and lots of slower balls.
Talked about this field earlier. Ngidi is going wider, slow balls and Yorkers. You can bring third man up and drop point down. Exactly what they have done, giving him a bit more cover. Not a wide. You can't create a wide, but you can destroy one. Exactly what Plunkett did. Walking across towards his offside. And Ngidi staying even wider.
Yeah, the umpire will recognise that the ball was way outside that blue line, which gives him an indication of where a wide should be, but look where Plunkett ended up. .300 for England.
South Africa won't be too unhappy with where England is at the moment. Anything under 310, 315 maybe. That's what they would have set their eyes on as a chaseable target here at the Oval.
It's another slower ball and more frustration for Stokes.
You almost get tunnel vision isn't it? At a certain stage of your innings, you're just trying to fight against what the pitch is doing, the variation of the bowler. Sometimes you forget the basics of standing still, getting your larger muscles to consolidate, solidify, get through the line of the ball. Stand still would be my instructions from the non-striker's end. He's got the power.
Dong. Hashim Amla, short third man. Stokes trying to scoop it over Amla's head. Brings to an end an excellent innings from Ben Stokes, but there's frustration for him as he walks off 11 shy of 100 with still 1 over remaining.
Well, it did stand still, but not enough pace on the ball to get it over or through. Short third man. A good innings, a steady innings, held the English innings together. Ben Stokes. He's gone for 89. England are 300 for 8.
अरे कुछ नहीं गुबलू, मैं हमेशा सेफ खेलता हूँ और पैसों के मामले में तो और भी सेफ, इसलिए फोन पे से यूपीआई करता हूँ। यूपीआई पिन है ना, मतलब टोटल प्रोटेक्शन।
The one app for all your needs. PhonePe, India's payments app.
Down on the scorecard at number 11, Jofra Archer, but promoted above Adil Rashid for this, the final over of the innings. Making the first appearance in a World Cup, Jofra Archer. Well, you could see what Stokes was trying to do with Hashim Amla, the fielder, inside the circle. He's trying to hit it over his head to the short side. There wasn't the pace on the ball. It was another slower ball from Ngidi.
Unlucky, really. A couple of yards either side would have been a boundary. I like the way that Stokes has read the game. Might have made a few wrong choices in terms of moving too much to try and hit his power shots. Other than that, he's read the variation really well.
That's a good start for Archer. And give good reception by this crowd, and he's punched. His first ball to the extra cover boundary.
Probably better serve bowling full and straight at Jofra Archer, going for Yorkers more than the variation. Just like that. Are they coming back for 2? Yeah, that's well run. Easily coming back. That's more what you want to do with Jofra Archer. Straight at the stumps. Go for the Yorker fuller lengths. Ask him to get under them. Not very easy to do at the pace of Kagiso Rabada.
a bit of single this time because it was hit so firmly into the deep. Should scramble a couple this time.
The last ball of what has been a really good contest here at the Oval, the opening game of the 2019 ICC Men's World Cup. Both sides have done well. South African bowlers starting off with a wicket, and the English batsmen looking for a boundary of this last ball to get them to 315 maybe. Just the one really well bowled to finish off by Kagiso Rabada. The South Africans were walking, happy that they've restricted England to a chaseable and manageable 311.
Yeah, neither side too disappointed with that. England have set a target of over 300 in this first World Cup fixture. South Africa will feel that England never quite got away from them. Wickets falling at regular intervals. Those half centuries for Roy and Root and Morgan, and then for Ben Stokes as well, means that South Africa will need 312 to get their World Cup up and running. Well, they read the conditions pretty well there, the bowlers. They walk off congratulating each other. They feel they've had a reasonable afternoon so far. Now it's down to the batsmen. Decent surface for this opening World Cup game, and a shock at the start when Johnny Bairstow was dismissed first ball by Imran Tahir, but then there were 50s for Roy and Root and Morgan. Stokes top scored with 89, 311 for 8 from their 50 overs. 7 bowlers used by South Africa. There were a couple of wickets for Tahir, who opened the bowling, 3 for Ngidi, a couple for Kagiso Rabada, and 1 for Andile Peflekwe. Part-time spin, and Dumini and Markram shared 5 overs. Time now to get some thoughts on that first half with Sean Pollock, who's with Joe Root.
Yeah, Joe, 311, are you guys happy with that, or you just feel like he didn't quite get going with the losing wickets at consistent times?
Yeah, I mean, we would have liked more. I think you always want more, don't you, especially when you're setting, but it wasn't the most straightforward wicket. It wasn't your typical one-day wicket over here in England, the fresh pitch. You probably want it to be a little bit true, a little bit of stand-up bounce. The cutters did grip a little bit, so there'll be plenty there for our attack. I think it was never sort of wicket where you've really felt in. You always felt that bowlers were in the game slightly, so that bodes well for us in the second half, and hopefully we can back up what is a decent enough score on the first innings.
Saying that yourself, you look good. The timing looked good from the outset.
Yeah, I felt pretty good. As I say, it wasn't most fluent wicket to really go in and play expansively on, but it's nice to get some runs early in the tournament, and nice for us to get to a good score at the halfway stage in this first game.
South Africa seemed to mix it up with a lot of slow balls at the back end. How much communication goes between the batters who've been out there and the options that might be viable for the bowlers?
Yeah, you're always talking, you're always trying to communicate, give as much of an advancement on guys coming in, so they're very aware of what the surface is doing and what's roughly going to be a good score.
Streaming PC gameplay is simple with Expert Broadcaster. You can add your gameplay via Game Source. Using Auto Game Source will capture whatever game is currently active. You can also use Screen Capture if you are playing a game that doesn't work with Game Source like a web browser game. You can position your game source in the corner and fill the mixer area by dragging it to the edges. To add a camera, go to the Devices, then the Video section in the Source menu and select your webcam. Now drag your webcam to the corner and size it so you'll be able to see both your webcam and gameplay clearly. If you wish to hide your camera, click on the icon next to the name of your camera in the source list. If you right-click on a